John Groves coming to you from my home studio. For today's Bible talk, I'd like to discuss the Old Testament figure of Hannah, the mother of the prophet Samuel, and her prayer. Her story is told in the first couple of chapters of 1 Samuel. Hannah was one of two wives of Elkanah. The first wife, Peninnah, lorded it over Hannah because she had children and Hannah did not. In those days, women's role was to have and raise children, and not having any, she felt very much at a disadvantage. Elkanah tried to comfort Hannah, asking her if he was not worth more to her than having 10 sons. Hannah found no consolation. Every year, Elkanah and his family went to Shiloh to celebrate the annual rites practiced there. During one of those trips, Eli, the high priest, saw Hannah praying and thought, because he saw her lips moving but didn't hear her speak, that she must have been drunk. No, she told him shortly after, she was not drunk. She was praying to the Lord, pouring out her sorrow and asking for a son, with the promise that she would dedicate him in service to the Lord. The narrator tells us that Eli, after hearing Hannah's story, told her to go in peace and may the Lord grant her request. And after Hannah ate, she was no longer downcast. Elkanah and his household returned home. That night, Elkanah made love to Hannah, and the Lord, according to our text, remembered her. The Hebrew word here is based on the cognate zakar. This word means to remember, with the added emphasis that it means paying attention. And she became pregnant. After the child was born, she named him Samuel. The name means God has heard. And when the time came to wean Samuel, she took him to Eli. Hannah and Samuel's parting must have been very, very difficult for both mother and child, but Hannah was true to her promise. Through their annual visits, at least, Elkanah and Hannah and the rest of their household undoubtedly were able to follow Samuel's progress as part of Eli's household. Samuel went on to become a great prophet. I now would like to share with you a painting by Jan Victors, a Dutch artist from the 17th century who may well have been at one time one of Rembrandt's students. He painted many biblical scenes. This particular painting, completed in 1643, is now part of the Dordrecht Museum in the Netherlands. Here is our painting. In the background, you can see on the lower left-hand side the figure of Eli spying in, if you will, on Hannah and forming his suspicions that Hannah is drunk. In turn, Hannah stands out as very earnest in her promise to give her son in service to the Lord. Next time, we will spend some time discussing Hannah's prayer. For now, I'd like to leave you with the thought that Hannah is simply one of the most important women in the Bible, and she's credited with having composed a song, a poem of exaltation, as did other women like Miriam, the sister of Moses, Deborah, one of the Israelite judges, Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, and Mary, the mother of Jesus. One brief excerpt from Hannah's song is the following. My heart exults in the Lord. My strength is exalted in my God. My mouth derides my enemies because I rejoice in my victory. Until next time, this is John Groves signing off.